Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin. You're listening to the Funnel Down Defense Podcast. And now here's your host, Steve Collins. Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Funnel Down Defense Podcast. Before we talk about today's topic, I want to give a big shout out to teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. They allow us the money and the time to do this. And also go over and check out funneldowndefense.com if you're looking to do a dive down that deep rabbit hole of the funnel down defense. All right. So I'm going to talk about some of the key things, and again, I can only do so much in a podcast because I can't show you drills and I can't show you specific things, but one of the things I love about it, like last week I was talking about taking charges and that people put their heads down, and yes, that's true. And if you look at the analytics of basketball right now, where is everybody going? They're attacking the rim, they're shooting threes. We spend a lot of time on taking charges, and we take a lot of time on close off the 3-point line. We do not want you to shoot open threes. We want to run you off that line when we're running our funnel down. Okay. So we spent a lot of time on that. And the rotation, like I said, the rotation will take some work and it will take some small-sided stuff to do it. But we know we don't want to give up layups, and we know we don't want to give up threes. And the funnel down defense takes you out of those opportunities. Okay. They really do. But you must practice. All right, we're funneling to that short corner, but all of a sudden they get it in the corner. We work on that specific pass. All right, from the wing to the corner. How are we going to get them? How do we run them off? How do we close out off of that so that they want to go to the candy store, which is the basket, right? They want to attack most of the time, unless they're one of those kids that that's their shot. And then that's when our scout comes into play. That's when we have to talk about, hey,
llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre a la para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
Sam over there is going to shoot that three. We got to be an extra foot closer to him. So when we're going to get into his zone, we are going to sprint and we are going to push him baseline. So, because we know we have help there. We know that we don't want him to shoot a three. We know we don't want them to have open threes. So we spend time on that specific closeout and the threes. But if the funnel down defense is going to be successful, we cannot let them get to the rack, which is part of it taking the charge. And we can also not let them have open threes. We have to spend practice time and defensive time on running them off those 3-pointers. You want to take a 15-footer off the dribble, go right ahead. Because we're going to already be in location to get the rebound and be able to go in the other direction. We just got to run you off that. So I really wanted to make a point of emphasis and spend one specific time on that. How hard is it to adjust to that? It is. There's some footwork stuff with that as far as running it off. And I think if you spend the time on the small-sided stuff, and you spend the time on kind of getting them moving toward that, then they understand. It's also what you're selling them, and that specific shot cannot happen. We're not talking about closing out on it. We're talking about running them off it, because we want to funnel them. And that again, that's where the EBF comes, the ear, butt, feet. If we're closing out right, that we're going to be in their zone. They're not going to want to take it, and they're going to want to put the ball on the floor, back of the basket. All right. Hope you're enjoying all of this. Again, I'm just trying to give you small pieces of the funnel down defense. If you want an in-depth, go over and check out funneldown.defense.com and check me out. Ask me a question, steve@teachhoops.com. Have a great day, everybody.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.